7:44. Let's welcome to the program now from Duck Dynasty, Willie Robertson. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Morning. How's it going?
Not too bad. How was your Thanksgiving holiday?
Oh man, we had a blast. I've been traveling a lot, but I made it home for a couple of days, and I had dinner with the family, and it was fantastic. And got a little sick, so I'm overcoming that. But I've already, I'm over it now. But I'm just glad I got a boy. So, but I've already been up. I've been hunting this morning, so life is good.
Do you get up and try to hunt as often as possible?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much every day I try to get out there. We're actually in Texas right now, deer hunting with Buck Commander, and so I got all my buddies in town, and we're having a good time here, trying to get a few deer.
Does it get easier to go hunting like this when you've got all the cameras around and you get a lot of people and everybody's trying to make sure that you end up with a good hunt than when it was just you and your buddies out on your own?
Well, I mean, to be honest, we've been filming ourselves hunting since the 80s. That's kind of where Duck Commander got started. We were making DVDs. We were actually making VHS tapes back then. So we're used to the cameras, and I think everybody likes to kind of capture what they're doing. And so, we don't get to tell hunting fibs, so you can't come in and say, oh, he was this far and all that, because the cameras don't lie. So, I'm used to hunting with another person, which it's harder. It's way harder to hunt with a person because you got two people, and that person has to move to be able to capture the footage. So it's a little tricky, to get it all captured. But whenever you get something successful, actually, I took my youngest daughter, Bella, out Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and she and I got to go out for her first hunt ever, and she got her a deer, and so we got on video. So it's great that I got that captured, and so good little family time in, and now I'm hunting with the boys. So it's been a way of life for us for many years.
Well, that's pretty cool, and we're here to talk about not the hunting side of you, but the fishing side of you. You've got another book out called The American Fisherman, and what's this book all about?
Well, I mean, this one hit home for me because we did a book called American Hunter last year, and it was successful, so we started talking about fishing, and it hit home for me because growing up, my father, when he was trying to get this duck call business going, we weren't making enough money to make a living, so he was a commercial fisherman. So we grew up fishing for a livelihood and also for fun. So we know a lot about fishing and how to fish and freshwater fish. We live right there on the river, right where we film the show, and so growing up, fishing was part of life, and so we started collecting stories really about how fishing impacted Americans. So we go all the way back even before the country started. And history can be boring or it can be interesting if you find the right stories, and so we found some just remarkable stories, and I think a lot of things that people don't even realize, like George Washington was a commercial fisherman. They knew all about fishing and how that influenced the Revolutionary War. We talk about how a little fish fry influenced the Civil War, Lewis and Clark, Western expansion, really how they survived was through fishing. Had it not been, they ran out of food quickly, so they'd been up a creek. And also the Native Americans really taught us how to fish, and especially the methods they used, which is incredible. How they hunted and fished, it's remarkable how they did that with limited resources and figure out how to survive.
Do you find there's a type of fish you like going after more than another, and is there a bucket list of what you still want to go out and try to catch?
Yeah, I mean, there's some fish. I'm not a big deep sea guy. I get sick every time, so sadly I'm not able to enjoy that as much as I wish. But I have done it and I've been out. But I kind, my friend Luke Bryan went down and did the peacock bass down in South America. That would kind of be neat to see that fish. And so maybe soon I may go to South America next year and go down there, maybe catch some piranhas or something. But as far as around here, I'm kind of simple. I still like grab me a cane pole and a bucket and some worms, sit out there all day and see what I can drag in, because I guess it takes me back to my childhood and just all the memories we had with that. But I love bass fishing, and we catch crappie in Louisiana, and that's probably my favorite to eat. So not a big exotic fisherman, but just kind of like the simple stuff.
What's the best way that you like to prepare crappie? Now, do you do the cooking, or do you get them home and somebody else fixes them up?
I do all the cooking. So yeah,
there you go.
I'm the exclusive cook in my family. I'm at deer camp right now, so my wife, they're figuring out something. There's a lot of pizzas being ordered, I'm sure. But she does a lot of good things in life. Cooking's not one of them. So, and what's funny is everybody will bring me their game and fish because they know I can cook it good. So, so I have people bring literally every week. Somebody brings me doves or squirrel or fish or whatever it is, and we'll figure out how to cook it. But now on crappie, what we do now, this is, you may think this is strange, but so you take a crappie fillet, you roll it in yellow mustard,
okay,
and then roll it in flour and fry it. I'm telling you, you cannot taste the mustard. It's the sweetest, flakiest thing ever, and I know it sounds really bizarre, but that's how we cook our crappie, and it's delicious.
Now, do you have a cookbook out yet, or is that going to be the next thing that you're going to author?
I don't know. Actually, I was just talking to Fisherman, and we were talking about doing it. I was telling them about me cooking, and they said, "Oh, we should do a cookbook." So, Mom has one out, and I use the heck out of that thing. It's so convenient. I used to have to call Mom and say, "Mom, how do you make this or that?" And so now she came out with the cookbook, so I can just go look up all the recipes.
What page is that on, Mom?
But I don't know, maybe. I mean, we were talking about doing something. Who knows? I don't know. I love to cook, and so, but putting a book together is a little difficult. So I just got to remember how I cook all these things because I forget.
Yeah, I imagine that. Well, real quick, we're running out of time. I know Duck Dynasty is coming to an end. What is the one thing about the show that you're going to miss the most?
Probably just being together. I mean, the show locks us in together a lot, and so we end up spending a lot of time just hanging around, and usually you're waiting on moving lights or whatever, but just those moments, just those times you spend with the family, and so, because when we're not family, we all kind of take off, and just like every family, you got stuff to do and places to go, but oddly enough, when you're at work doing that, usually it's all with the family, so we'll miss that. I got mixed emotions. I mean, it'll be kind of sad, but also, need to do some new stuff. Got the new show with Uncle Si called Going Cyrils out on A&E, and so that's out, and so, yeah, I'm sure it will be some sort of television in some capacity.
Well, like you said, you've been filming yourself since the 80s, so it's The American Fisherman, and soon to come it will be a cookbook. We haven't titled that one yet. Willie, thanks for joining us on the program this morning.
All right, man. Good talking to you.
All right. See ya. Bye-bye.